Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We're back again. Storm here.
Mom here.
Kimmy here.
And Maui over here, but
Yeah.
I don't want to say his head's cut off because that sounds really bad, but he is so cute. There he is.
Oh,
Maui.
look at him.
He's like, why are you calling me?
That's
He's so
right.
cute. He's in the woods. He's in the jungle.
That's right. He's so cute.
So we are excited because we're going to be watching Soul today. This is not a major request, but it's new, and we did get a few requests for it, and we've all been curious about it because we love Disney and Pixar, and I heard it got a really good rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
Excellent.
Good. I'm very
That's
good.
great to hear.
It's always good to form your own opinions, absolutely, but I do trust a lot of what Rotten Tomatoes says. I'm curious if you guys do too. I mean, you have a lot of people, a lot of critics who rate things on there, and then you have a lot of fans that do too, so you get a lot of diverse
nice mix.
opinions,
Yes,
a nice mix.
that's
Yeah,
good.
so I like that. So I know Jamie Foxx is in this, and Tina Fey. So we're quickly looking at the description, which shows we try to not read the descriptions because they always have spoilers, or most times they have spoilers on what's going to happen. But I think it's safe to read this. Jamie Foxx leads an all-star cast in this hilarious, heart-filled adventure. Pixar's Soul introduces Joe, who lands the gig of his life at the best jazz club in town. But one misstep lands Joe in a fantastical place, the great before. So I'll just say that. I'm afraid that's going to go into more stuff.
That's
Okay,
good.
I get
That's fine.
nervous still. I can't help it. But I got worried that I'm like, oh, God, the great before. So hopefully he doesn't die. Hopefully something else happens to make him go
That's
that
great
way.
mishap.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
Did see a brief trailer for it. I think you guys did too on TV. I saw like ghost-like
I
figures.
saw a commercial about it, yeah.
Yeah, so I think
And I
that's
knew
a Soul
Tina
or
Fey was in
something.
it, so I was like, ooh, I like this.
I think it's going to be really good because there's always great imagination that goes into all these films. And it looked interesting with the trailer because it looks like they're actual souls and they're actually going to go into a body and become something more.
okay.
That's what I'm guessing. I don't know for sure. But my mom's wincing.
Yeah, nice.
Take your soul out.
Take your
That's
soul.
right.
No.
No.
I think it's going to be a good thing.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I think
But I
so,
love your
yeah.
shirt, Mom. I like how you have the
Oh,
Lion
thanks
King.
a lot. Yeah.
I wore my Avatar shirt today because
Love
I'm like
it.
Disney, and they own the rights to Avatars.
Guess who this is? Is that Miko?
It is. I was going to be like, do you know? Yes, I was so excited about that. I think I got that in Disney World when I was a kid.
Yes. Yes, you did.
I was so proud. But he's so cute. I love Miko. So shall we get into this and we'll talk afterwards?
Yes.
I think it's going to be fun. Soul.
Oh, is it
Yeah,
like
yeah.
elementary school or something? Yes.
Watch it be high school students. They look all tired.
Oh,
Kids are kids.
Wow.
She's awesome.
oh.
She's doing it. Don't make
Yeah.
My God, no, she's good.
Okay, Mr. Gardner. Hey, look, I'm the new drummer in the Dorothea Williams
like Walt and
Quartet,
Jesse.
and we're kicking off our tour with the show at the Hat Notes. This could be your lucky day.
Oh.
Wow, he's just letting it go.
Yeah. Really in the zone.
First show's at 9, sound check's at 7.
Oh.
We'll see how you do.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, wow. Good. Woo-hoo. Oh, you gotta pay attention. Whoa.
Banana peels.
All these scenarios.
So anyways, oh jeez.
Whoa. There he goes.
Cowabunga.
Music sheets and all. Everyone else is accepting it. He's not.
That's crazy. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Is it H-E double hockey sticks?
I've been saying it now. Uh-oh.
Oh, they know that.
These souls need their spark, and that's where you come in.
Oh no, he's gonna steal it.
Oh, is that the
Jesus,
gonna be the hard one?
I'm gonna make you wish you never died.
Most people wish that 22.
Oh my god.
I have compassion for every soul. Except you, I don't like you.
Oh, God.
Somebody called the ambulance.
Ambulance.
I can't smell. We can't taste it.
Oh, my God. Oh, my gosh.
Fire is so
pretty.
Oh.
I kind of want to let it spread.
Nope.
Oh, it's bad.
Hands are hard. Okay, but they put Andrew Jackson on the 20.
Jackson?
What can I say? Well, this is the zone. It's the space between the physical.
Ah, yeah, the colors and everything.
Yeah.
What is that?
Something creepy. Ooh. Whoa, very creepy.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
That's
Oh, my God.
Bob Dylan.
Ahoy there, fellow astro travelers!
Looks like another hedge fund manager.
Now.
jeez.
Oh, is that what happens to people?
A crisis.
What are we waiting for? Don't rush this. It's
Oh my God.
It's my time.
Uh-oh. He just walks away. Nothing to see here.
I see nothing.
Oh.
I did it. I'm
I
back.
don't know. And the cat. He's in the cat.
Oh no, and where is she?
You're in my body.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Why am I in a cat?
I don't know.
Oh, see.
Oh, no.
Oh,
no,
no.
not the kitty.
Perhaps our therapy cat can go to his next appointment.
Okay.
Oh.
You gotta talk to her.
Oh, see, it's just, oh, here we go.
That poor kitty's soul. I hope he gets
Oh
back.
my God. Okay.
Oh,
Oh.
You're in a gown.
Oh no, he's gonna die.
Yeah, one of them dies again. That was really bad.
God.
Ah, yeah.
Oh,
they
she's
can
gonna love
taste
that.
now.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Don't eat me.
Oh, look at it.
We'll have to perform an old-fashioned astral transmigration displacement. What? It's simply a way to get your souls back where they belong. Glaucus moves into the house of Gemini.
When is that?
Well, the government calls it 6:30. Look, I'll meet you at the house.
Oh, that's her.
Oh. Oh.
I just want to get back to my body.
Oh God, in the light.
Ah, nice
okay.
and
Nice and cozy.
warm.
Curly! Ah, no.
Oh, God.
Can you open the phone?
No, jeez.
Band is a stupid waste of time.
Oh no.
This kid is talking sense.
What are you doing?
Here, I quit. I think jazz is pointless.
I'd rather hang with Connie.
What? Come back here! You open
Oh
up.
my God.
You gotta change your outfit.
Wants to get out. Ugh.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Don't move.
I'm not moving.
Was it?
Oh.
They say you're born to do something, but how do you figure out what that thing is? I mean, you're stuck.
Been there, I guess.
I'll take one of those.
How
I
about you,
never
Seven?
planned on cutting heads. I may not have invented blood transfusions, but I am most definitely saving lives.
Oh, yeah.
How come we never talked about your life before?
You never asked. But I'm glad you did this time.
See, it's good to have her in.
Come to Terry.
Gotcha!
Oh no, someone different.
Thought you could cheat the universe. You're not Joe Gardner.
Oh, how dark is that?
Mistakes happen, and it's not your time.
Oh
Unless
Oh, my
you keep
God.
eating those processed foods,
Oh,
alright?
God.
Hey, we made a song.
Oh, what's that?
I'm jazzing.
He's jazzing.
Living life. Hands are gonna rip.
Oh, there!
You and
Oh,
these hands are
yeah.
loosening.
No,
I wonder why. Oh.
It doesn't matter who's running. Where'd you get that?
Under the seat. Can you believe it? It's still half full.
Under the seat. Oh my God.
I was like, where'd that come from?
I need this suit fixed. I always kiss Melba when I see her.
Specify.
Yeah, it was my business.
No, not on the list.
Oh.
Too bad you can't rescue your career.
Just ask her nicely if she can fix my suit.
Fine, we'll get a suit off the rack somewhere. My mom has never understood what I'm trying to do with my life.
22!
Oh, maybe it's good to have it.
Oh.
That's my dad's.
Lulu, Melba, bring your good scissors in here. We got work to do. Fits perfect.
Oh, wow.
That is one
Very
fine
nice.
wool suit of...
Hey, who's that? And from this side.
That's
What?
it.
Who's back here? Huh? Great. Maybe skywatching can be my spark. Or walking. I'm really good at walking.
Those really aren't purposes, 22. That's just regular old living. But who's ready to go home? Moonwind.
The stars are almost in alignment. I'll have you.
Oh.
22.
Leave me alone. I'm trying to find my purpose.
Oh.
Oh, no.
No, no, no. Well,
Uh-oh. Nope.
oh.
You're amazing.
Oh, thank you.
That's all I needed.
The cat goes back to his body.
A spark isn't a soul's purpose. So basic.
No, it.
I got no purpose.
Oh,
No purpose.
Oh, she's gonna be a lost soul now.
so.
So does he have memories of that?
Thinking
I mean,
of all the
like,
little
actually-
things in life that was so
Yeah.
important to her.
Ready to land?
It's a little hungry.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh, we can wake up.
Oh no.
Joe Gardner?
No.
No.
Ooh.
You won't make it in the world. Selfish. No one would ever want to be around you, Wizard.
Oh.
Everyone yelling at her in the
All her
past.
past mentors.
You have no purpose.
Enjoy the little things.
Your spark isn't your purpose. That last box fills in when you're ready to come live.
Look, immediately.
What are you talking about?
Nothing. You were saying? Were you even talking? I can't remember.
Even like,
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna live every minute of it.
That was nice.
I
What
I
a
love that message.
Yes.
Isn't it a great message? It's
About
so
life.
true.
You gotta appreciate
It's so
life.
true.
It's true,
You can get
yes.
so obsessed. I can listen to the whole thing, but I'll keep it rolling, and just in case if there's a cutscene, so we don't miss it, I'll just let it go. But what did you guys think?
It was such a different story
Yeah, sure was.
that was told, but the message was beautiful. It was
That's
really
right.
beautiful.
I agree.
You have purpose and you have to be inspired too and inspire others.
Mm-hmm. And the little things matter. You got to appreciate
That's
what's
right.
around you. And he seemed like a good guy when we first got to know him. And it's great to have passion. And he has such a talent. And you want to, of course, have that drive. But you can't let that only be your life, too, because you can't ignore the people around you. I mean, he was so obsessed with this and excited. I get that. But to the fact where he actually killed himself, you know, because he wasn't paying attention. Oh, look at the little, the little soul. That is so cute. But it was just so well done. I really
It was, because it was inevitable.
Yes.
He was going to die that day.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, all those things that just he missed. Just
That's right. He wasn't
a
paying
second.
attention. Yeah, it was just.
Yeah.
Oh
There were
my
so many
gosh.
times, and he was just so excited. And that could really happen to anyone who's just so blind by, you know, getting your dream. Like, he finally
Right,
like
that's
got to the point where he was like, oh my God, I have a really good gig, and I know this is the one. But it's just so cute watching all the souls in the credits, like, they're
Isn't
tumbling
it?
around
Oh my God,
everywhere.
yes. Oh my God.
I love the message, and hearing soul, very literal. I was thinking, like, when I saw the trailer, maybe it's not a death thing. Maybe soul, jazz, like, you relate the two words. I don't know, it has a lot of emotion behind it, and it's so
Right.
unique compared to other music
Yes.
that,
Mhm.
I don't know, like, you can just really feel it.
Deep down, yeah.
So
Oh
I
yeah,
thought,
the music
Definitely.
you can
Oh,
feel it.
yes.
Yes.
so
The music isn't accompanying the lyrics. It's just that is your soul. You know,
Yeah.
it's very well. That's where they get it from. Soulful. It's very, meaningful emotions are driving it.
Like a lot of drive, a lot of passion behind it. And when he went into the zone the first time, I thought that was going to be the initial way that he was going to go into the beyond or the before, because in the description it says something about the before. So I was like, okay, and we've seen him as like this little ghost, which was a soul. And I'm like, okay, so maybe this is how he connects, and he has this different experience because he's so talented and so driven that it actually makes his soul actually connect with this ultimate like cosmic energy that we don't fully understand. And I thought that idea was so cool because I didn't expect how surreal it was going to be, because even though we saw them as souls, I didn't think it was going to be so bizarre with the whole worlds and clouds and kind of not plants, but like the housing, which kind of looked like weird plants coming around, almost like a Dr. Seuss thing. I don't know. I just love how bizarre it was with the mentors or those Jerrys. Like that was fun.
Yes.
Simplified it for us, and they were kind of like making jabs at us, like, oh, we had to simplify it for you guys, because you guys wouldn't understand or something. And they were like 2-dimensional, but they could travel anywhere. Like there was no limits there.
Yes. And then putting him with 22 was perfect. It was great. And for the challenge that he went through, where 22 was really teaching him a lot of lessons, life lesson. Yeah. And in the end, we're going to reward him with a second chance. And how great was that?
Yeah.
That he has the second chance.
Did you guys think that at the end? Like, what did you think was going to happen before he was granted that? Like, did you think he was just going to die or just stay there? I mean, go to the beyond?
He looked content. I thought he was just going to go. When he was going up the escalator, I thought he was, he was content and he was ready to go.
Me too. Yeah.
You thought that too? You didn't think that he was going to have a second chance, Mom? You thought he was going to just go in the beyond?
He's just going to be content and go. That's all.
Yeah. I really thought that was going to be it as well. I thought that was it, because that would have been a good ending, as sad as that was, because I was like, it was so sudden. It sucks because he wasn't happy with his life and he didn't want to be a teacher. It made me think of, without really saying like a big spoiler for Breaking Bad, but it made me think of Breaking Bad, where he's a chemistry teacher, but it's not like the great life that he wanted. So I was kind of thinking like, okay, what's he going to do down the road to make that happen? But he was just so excited, and to have that just taken away from him, like he couldn't even do the gig, like that's sad. And that's what happens in real life. Like you never know when your time is up. It could be a health issue, an accident, you don't know.
Or financial reasons, you don't like the barber. He wanted to be a veterinarian, but for financial reasons, he couldn't, and he had to go to another path that was less expensive for college. So he became a barber. So it brings you to reality where a lot of people, because of circumstance, whether medical, financial, whatever, brings you to something that is not the original passion.
And
the barber didn't like to be a barber.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, and he even said like,
very happy.
He didn't say slow your roll, but he was like, he goes, well, I really do like this though.
Yeah,
so
he loves it.
That's a good lesson as well, because just because you didn't do your dream as a kid or most of your life, it doesn't mean you have a bad life. It's easier said than done, but it's good to accept where you are, because you can actually be happy that way, depending on your situation. But if you constantly regret and think, well, I wish I was this and I never happen to be this, like you're gonna really be depressed, and it's not gonna
you're not gonna be happy. No,
and
even be satisfied.
Even when he was playing the gig with Dorothea Williams and he did wonderful and they left, he's like, well, what do we do now? She's like, well, we do this again tomorrow night. And then he got on the subway and he's like, wow, this is the same life. He wasn't, and then until he went home and started looking at the items that 22 picked up through her time in Earth, he realized it's the little things.
Enjoy the little things.
That really matter. Yes,
definitely, and it's true.
It is very true. And all those things are fun too, because some of my friends joke, because I do love the little things, and they're like, oh wow, really, you're impressed by that? Or like with food or something, or when it snows or something, like they're like, oh really, like that's what you care about? I'm like, honestly, like if you constantly ridicule or if you're constantly judging things and don't care, like you're never going to be happy.
You're like a hamster on a wheel. You're just like, what are you?
I am.
What are you?
That's right.
What are you living for? There's nothing. Like even when when I get out of work late at night, you look up and you just see the stars. It's like beautiful. Like You're just
That's
so
That's one thing I love doing too, stargazing.
right?
I
You
love
just
that.
get out of work, you just, go right to your car and go. Just take a second.
Your life is going to fly by living like that. You know, like
for sure.
It flies by fast enough, especially when you're out of school, because work too is different though. But like when you're in school, like your schedule, like you're super busy, and every day has like something big going on. You have things due, projects, stuff like that. Like when you're outside of school, so you're like around the clock, always doing something. And work, of course, like you do a lot of hard work too. Don't get me wrong, but there's something about once you're out of school, time just flies by, and it's insane. Because I'm like, holy crap! Because I don't know, you have like winter break, summer break, stuff like that. So everything matters, and sometimes it's easy to get lost, especially when you have a career in what really matters around you. Like your career matters, but you have to remember to cherish, the people around you.
Right, in every stage of your life, no matter what stage you're in. You have to just really love the little things.
Yeah.
And just live life.
I'm happy he got a second chance. That was really nice. I thought I wouldn't like that, but it was really sad with him leaving, and I kind of accepted where he was able to live and have that gig and show off his talent, so he was able to complete that part of his life. I mean, that was a second chance right there, even though he cheated. He was able to talk to his mom, too. I mean, he was a cat. And 22 was in his body,
and 22 had the knack of just talking to people and getting really deep with the conversations, and people saw him in a different light through 22, which was nice to see. And I think he was like, wow, they see me different.
I thought 22 was really well-rounded, because right away when she was so fresh and stuff, I'm like, oh, she's going to be this like nagging, cranky, annoying character throughout. But she had a lot with her character, and she really did care. And yet she was joking and kind of shallow in the beginning because she was guarded, because everyone else who was her mentor completely said she was a failure. You suck. This is not meant for you. They just got like short-tempered with her right away.
And she made Mother Teresa cry.
Yeah, exactly. Like all these major people in history had tried to help her, and just like all these huge people. It's like, wow, like you're so special to have all these major people. But just to give us an idea of like how these people who are like superior, but yet like they break down because she's so annoying. But it really did weigh her down to the point where she didn't want to have life because all these comments that she was getting. So she acted shallow in the beginning, but it really did mean something. She was a very caring person. And with her being in his body, she was very innocent. She was happy. She wasn't like, what bad thing can I do right now? Now that I have all these sensations and I can break all these rules or something. But no, she really did care, and she made a friend, and she really wanted to help him out in his life. Like she was actually scared, and I know she was scared to be there, but to actually follow him and do what he wanted. She did finally run off at one point because she did enjoy the life, but she did care enough to try to help him out. So that was nice to see that. And I know it's ridiculous, and that was a funny moment with the cat, and you see the soul going up the escalator or whatever, and I'm like, oh, I hope he doesn't die, because that's not fair that Joe did that and killed the cat. But the cat was fine, like reset right after. That other accountant guy was able to reset them over into the beyond or whatever. The before. But the whole concept of it was so cool. The animation, again, astounding. I love all the animations we see when it comes to Pixar, Disney, but I gotta say, something about the lighting in this, we have these exaggerated, stylized characters, right? They have like kind of bold heads or something, like super round and kind of like
and the
a gourd shape. And it's a really cool style. And then you see these pictures, like these old school pictures, and just in the city with the lighting. I can't help it. The lighting was so freaking realistic. It was like you were watching live action.
It was. And the barbershop scene was great. I mean,
it was.
I loved it.
And even the people walking on the sidewalk, like it looked real besides the stylized faces. And the subway, and just the pictures look so realistic. So I love that. So sometimes I'd almost forget I was watching an animated show or movie.
Yes, and him playing the piano too. It looks so realistic.
Oh,
his
didn't
hands,
it?
Yeah, his hands were great.
Fluently up and down the keys. My goodness.
I don't listen to jazz a lot, but I really enjoyed it in this. Like that was a lot of fun. You could feel him in the zone.
Yes, you can feel it.
Definitely.
That Joe, as a teacher, reminded me of my daughter's teacher when she was in middle school. He was so enthusiastic, and he just wanted you to just freestyle, just do what you want, and just put you in this group together for jazz.
Nice.
And Kara was she played the violin. He's like, you know what? We can do something. Let's see if we can get an electric violin for you. You can be in the band, in the groove. And she's like, all right. So we got an electric violin. And that's what she did. But this character reminded me of her teacher, because he just like, whatever. And then he can just see different kids. You know, he had that knack of just, they're gonna continue. So it was really interesting to see that.
Yeah, that is really cool. And I think it's awesome. Of course, like, you have a lot of avenues when you're growing up and you have a lot of interests. And it's interesting to see, like, where you go from there, because, like, having violin lessons, like, it doesn't always mean it's going to be your career down the road, but you're actually learning, you're training your brain, you're learning music. You know, you need all that in your life to grow and expand. But it's not a bad thing if you decide not to go that route. Like the barber guy, like you said, he became a barber instead of something else that sounds bigger. Like, and he loves his lifestyle.
He does.
So,
he says he loves listening to people and loves changing people's lives, and you never know what one path is going to bring you to, you know,
lead you to another.
And I do have to say that, you know, I went to school for animation. I love to animate. I haven't animated in a while now, which is sad, but I'm not sad about it, because I'm so happy I had that experience. And I really appreciate the art form, because you need to be so patient with it, because when you animate, whether it's computer or on paper, and I love traditional paper, but I did do computer work as well, but traditional was always my favorite. But it takes hundreds, thousands of pages just to do a minute, 2 minutes of just an animated scene of like one character. You know, it takes so much time, and you have to really understand movement and all that. So I still really enjoy that, but I was finding out down the road that how long it took to do, that wasn't my thing. But I did have the patience for it. But it just, for me, it didn't financially work for me, because, you know, first of all, I didn't want to move locations, because where we live in New England, like, I love it because all my family is here. And everyone's different, though. Like, you don't want to be tied down to anything. Not saying that families tie me down, but some people will just move wherever, because technologies are very great now where you can communicate easily with people. But I didn't want to move. And in this location, it's harder to find jobs like that. But now I had a normal job for many years that I definitely enjoyed, but I don't regret it. Like, I met a lot of good people along the way, and I was able to have some medicals, not like anything crazy like Botox or anything, but I had like Invisalign done and stuff, which was really cool, braces, you know, and that was huge for me. So now I'm doing this, which is kind of up my alley of animation, because I'm always editing. And even though some might be like, oh, well, how's that even similar? But if you know editing, you can kind of see it. And if you've animated, you know, scanning in images or just drawing on the computer and stuff, like I use the same editing program, it's kind of similar, and it's faster for me, even though it is still very time consuming. So anywho, I appreciate everything I went through. I don't regret anything. And I think this gives a good message about that you can't regret and dwell on the bad. Like, I could have been this. It's good to have drive and not give up. Absolutely. But you also have to accept where you are in life in order to be happy.
That's right.
You know, so that's a very good message. Sorry for the rant, but
that's
there's a lot of
me. You know, I wanted to do one thing and I wound up doing something else, and I'm perfectly happy with that. You know, it is what it is. You know, and it's just, and you have to be happy with yourself too.
You do, and
definitely, yeah.
Talking about starving artists, because I know a lot of you probably have heard that, or most of you probably, but I was a starving artist for a while too. And in the beginning, when I was transitioning and I decided to stay local, I was having odd-end art jobs here and there, and I wasn't getting paid anything. And I had like 4 different jobs at one point, and I just worked all the time. So, you know, you try to make it work, but him trying to have gigs and his mom was against it, I can see why she was. But when the love came out, and when she understood, when he opened up to her, then she accepted it. And she was like, okay, well, you got to do this. And that's a hard lifestyle, because I totally support that. If you have a dream, you got to work hard. Sometimes, like, it's volunteer work. You're struggling. You got to pay your bills. But you have to get out there and risk it sometimes. And I get that, because I was like that. But it's hard when you have bills to pay.
It is hard. And she was living through her experience with her husband, dad,
definitely,
who was the starving musician, wanted to get the gigs, and her stability with the shop put them through life, really.
Yeah.
And she's seeing her son
go down the
going
same path.
through the same,
the
same path, and she's just, I want you to have stability.
And by himself,
I love the mom. You can see she's a really strong woman and how good she was at listening to him. That scene was actually really great because I know it was a little confusing, but right when they
when
22
he changed,
and Joe jumped into those bodies and they were in the wrong bodies, of course, because he's a cat and she is actually him. Where we heard the transition or the flip of them talking normal, like they were still souls to each other.
I got a little confused at first. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, and then when the nurse came in, we heard them as meow, 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 like Joe was like yelling and he was meowing, and then she had his voice. But then I love how they showed that again when he was talking to his mom through 22, and he's like, let me just tell you this and just repeat exactly what I say as a cat. But when it clicked, and even though that was happening, we just saw what the mom was seeing and hearing as him.
Right. That's
and the cat wasn't like yelling behind him, because that would have been kind of annoying, like rah, 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 rah. So it just kept it quiet. So the way they decided to do that was actually very good.
That was good. Very good.
Very smart.
And having the father's suit, that was wonderful. So he had, or she, I keep saying she because it was a she, and at the same time that was cool too with the souls, that they weren't decided yet. Like she could become anything she wanted to be. She could even be Joe. So that was kind of fun that there's a lot of possibilities out there.
That's right.
That's right.
Very creative, and it makes you think too with religion, and I love this inventive way where it kind of is like heaven, but there's no explanation there. We just know there are advanced like cosmos beings that control everything, which could be heaven, who knows? And it's not like aliens, but we don't know.
and you know what else was really interesting? When he was going up the escalator and he's the only one rejecting it. Everyone else is just accepting it going up. And he goes down, and we all thought, oh, is he going to hell? And he wasn't. So it was going.
It was really
he fell off the side though, so who knows?
He did
Maybe
fall off the
side. So it's interesting because there's a lot of questions, a lot of mystery, and even though there was so much detail with everything, there were still so many questions. But it was cool, just being left alone, so we would just keep guessing about it. But
that's true.
Yeah. So the whole idea was awesome, and then jumping to Earth, but how they would joke about certain things about Earth, and it's like, oh well, it sucks to be here, or whatever, and it was actually pretty dark too, because actually showing the dead bodies of like eyes open and just blankly looking up, and the soul removed, like that was kind of hard to watch. I know it's kind of like a kid movie, but it's PG, and I was like, wow, this is really like.
Right off the bat, even right off the bat, when he went through the manhole, and we're like, okay,
did he just die?
And then when it went to a little cartoon figure, that was a gentle way of saying, his soul is removing.
And it was fun how the souls look like cute little ghosts. So it didn't look scary. Nothing scary. It's okay, Yeah, the whole idea of it was just very impressive. I really didn't know what to expect, and I know it sounds obvious, but even it's called Soul. He's running around almost getting killed so many times, and I really just didn't think he was going to die. I don't know why. Like, I just didn't think that was going to actually be it, because it was so literal, but it really did work well that way.
I love the part where they first met, where Joe and 22 first met. They're going through the bakery and the pies, and you can't taste anything. You can't. And then when she finally did taste a piece of pizza, it was like the best thing in the world.
Actually, he was like,
and he was like, what's the big deal? And that's the whole thing. It is a big deal.
Yes, it is.
You just have to love.
You got to enjoy all the little things. Because I always enjoy it when we go out, and it's been a long time now, but anytime we have pizza, I'm like, oh yeah, that's great stuff. But not that you want to make that your diet.
That's right.
Like, you got to be healthy too, but you got to really just enjoy everything.
Have to appreciate things in life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
I like that too. And when they were going through that mall, it was kind of like, as everyone's basic or general perspective on, okay, well, you need to have a purpose in life, a purpose. What's your spark? It's your purpose. Okay, pizza. Maybe you're going to be a chef or, a pizza delivery guy. Like, you don't know.
Right.
But that wasn't the point. It was ever that wanted to make you live. So that was cool. Yeah. So I like that, because we go in with that tunnel vision of purpose, and we believed it, but that's because Joe was saying that, like the one Jerry said. But no, so very good movie. Please let us know what you think about this movie. I can keep talking about it, and very interesting concept for sure. I love it. And I think even though it was a little dark and deep for kids, I think it's a good message for them too, to really understand and be okay with death, you know, and with life, and to accept.
That's right. Yeah.
You know, that you have, you know, there's a lot of dreams, you can pursue it, and you can really be, you know, strong about it, but it's okay if you fail at certain things, or, you know, just appreciate everyone around you.
Right, or if it just
get off your phone.
Else.
Get off your phone.
That's right, get off your phone, Barbara.
No phones. Who's on their phone right now? Probably watching us. Oh, don't get off your phone just yet until you subscribe, guys. Please don't.
That's right, subscribe.
But yeah, so this is great that we get to do this too, because like we get to appreciate each other, and it's wonderful that we can see each other like this.
That's right. Yeah.
We used to see each other all the time, and we do online, but it's different, but it's still a nice thing.
Hey, at least
it
we
sure is.
At least
Hopefully
we can
we'll be
still
back on
see
the couch.
each other and still visit, but we have to be outside or in the garage.
Yeah, I'm not a cold day though.
Yeah.
Like
or video chat.
Or video chat.
Video chat, yes. Oh, yes.
Or watch a movie like this.
That's
I
right.
love watching Pixar Disney. That's always great. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe, and we'll see you very soon as always. Appreciate the little things. It's important. Love your life.
Yes.